Okay, sir, like I have one question like before anyone else asked, sorry, but I was going through the presentation and one question just clicked in my mind like out of all these 20 tools, what will you suggest would be the best tool to retain the employees?
It's tough to figure out one specific tool which can be termed as best. Depends upon scenario to scenario. For example, if we talk about big organizations where compensation is not an issue, there are other important factors like we already talked about enhancement, advancement, progression opportunities, and uh, who take the ownership, bonus, then engagement practices, make them feel special. If they are actually contributing, recognize it, rewarding it, and in such kind of organizations, instead of benefits which can be quantified as less important, instead the benefits which are qualitative are more important. Because in big organizations or larger organizations, where actually the compensation is not the driving factor. And where if we talk about small organizations, yes, compensation is plays a big role. So maybe they can work upon the compensation structure. See, everything go hand in hand. If the employees are not getting paid properly, they will not work. In small companies, this is the case.
Yeah.
In companies like, if you talk about IT companies, most of the people do switch after 2 years, 1 year or 2 years, and they definitely seek. If I'm getting a package of, suppose, for example, 4 lakh or 5 lakh, maybe after 2 years I aim that I will be, if I switch, I'll get a package double than that. So there should be other ways of retaining employees, maybe appreciation, benefits that are qualitative enough. So package is one thing. Ideally, I think it should be a blend of this that we discussed in the second tool. That perfect blend of quantifiable and qualitative benefits. So that is important.
Thanks, Sarah, for my answer.
So we have lots of questions. Question is, can you please suggest us few ideas for developing workplace ambience? Yes, for sure. See, if the budget allows, the company can spend a bit, making the ambience more, attractive kind of. Even if you don't have a budget, it's more important to have it kind of ambience where, basic things are there, but yes, cleanliness wise and other things are, your desks and everything is organized and it's kind of clean, and that also gives a kind of feeling that you are working in a nice place. So it's important that, yeah, companies should spend, that the basic necessities of a proper ambience are covered. The idea would be architecture of the ambience, like as in proper placing your desks and everything organized, desk and everything is organized properly. So it's important to have that. One aspect is that, and the second aspect is uh, employees' contribution towards making the ambience more effective. So that is how we can actually work together, company and the employees together, to make it more effective. So development of ambience can go this way. Well, somebody has asked, what is the attrition rate at employers? Well, just to inform you that it's very, very low. I've been in fulfillment in more than a year, so good in fulfillment. There is no less attrition rate. And in development, we have people who are working here for more than 5 or 6 years. Sales as well, marketing as well, more than years. So it's kind of that. See, it's not about what is the attrition rate at employers. It's very less, honestly speaking. But the factors that are more important and that are the focus of this webinar, that the organization use such kind of tools because of which we have that low attrition rate. Like everything is there, from compensation to appreciation to rewards and recognition. If we talk about extra activities, we do have parties. Like recently we have a Diwali party. I hope everybody had Diwali party in which Gunjan was actually dancing a lot. Anyway, apart from that, we do have open houses every month in which we are open to speak about our ideas freely. So encouragement towards learning, growth, new opportunities is definitely there. So in that way, that these are the important factors that keep you, on your toes to be there and That is why the attrition rate here is really less. Can we have more questions? We have one question that is, how does the CSR initiative helps in retention? Well, we all have heard about feel good factor. If I am contributing to a very good cause, definitely it makes me feel good, right? So it's not that it is a completely, I mean, kind of related thing, but yes, if the goal of CSR is to embrace responsibility for the company's actions and encourage a positive impact through its activities, it's on environment, consumers, employees, communities, stakeholders, and all the members of the public sphere, right? So if apart from all these things, the CSR initiative is there that you are actually contributing to a good cause, then definitely it helps get going, feel good factor is there. Small things do make difference. CSR is just part of it. So that is how it makes it. We have another question, that is, in the present age, non-performance, if they are not given prior warnings, will it be workable? Well, see, yes, it's not about giving prior warnings, but to have a proper process of giving warnings. As in, we can have a proper process in which constant feedbacks are there. It should not be this way that your performance is negative and you are thrown out of the company. So it will actually create a bad negative impact on the other people as well for updating the resumes and all. This is the most common exercise. If the termination rate or something is very high in the organization, it creates a bad or negative impact on others as well. If somebody is told that is not told, there is a way of telling everything. It's kind of, you are telling me that this is the point where you can improve, instead of telling me that you are not performing well, you'll be thrown out of the company. So I would say that the way you actually tell employees make a lot of difference. So it's good to have a prior warning of that you are not performing up to the mark, but in a proper way. So kind of motivating the employee and telling him these are the stats and you need to perform better, and these are how the ways, trainings or something you can do better. So that will have a positive impact or motivate the employee to do actually better. So this will work as a warning plus kind of thing when they can actually work on. So yes, we can have in today's scenarios a warning or something in a proper way in order to have positive impact and not negative. We have another question, that is, how do you deal with super senior employees who don't make it for promotion? Well, I have a very good example to share with you. While I was doing my summer internship in MBA in DRDO, that is Defense Research and Development Organization, where this is the case. I mean, employees actually who are working for years and years, they don't make it to the promotions. Reason being X, Y, Z, reason the fourth. Same. How they deal with that? They do have, this is just an example, they do have a program called Navodkarsh that happens every year before the appraisals. In appraisals happen in June, and they do have this program named Navodkarsh, where they actually train the employees for this, that how it can be helpful for appraisals and all. Apart from that, appraisals happen, definitely it gives them hike in terms of designation and salary. That's for sure. But because not everybody can be covered in that plan, because they have this fixed criteria every year. They have a fixed percentage, and they promote of every. They have layers. In each layer, they have fixed criteria. 10% will be promoted, or 8% will be promoted, and whoever gets the maximum scores gets promoted. This is how they work in DRDO, Defense Research and Development Organization. So what they do have a program called Navodkarsh every year before the appraisals, in which they have same training session for everybody in the organization. Everybody from higher designation to the below designation have the same program to actually motivate them how they can handle appraisals in a better and effective manner. Now, those who are left from the appraisals, then when they share the feedback, and they have a special session for sharing the feedback, and where they actually tell that where you went wrong with that, with the performance and all. And apart from that, they based upon when you actually they go for appraisals, they have this whatever achievements or milestones the person has achieved in that particular year, they share with that. And they actually tell that these were your milestones. It's a one-to-one process where they actually appreciate for the milestone, and plus they actually give feedback why they were left and why the other candidate was selected instead of them. So it's a way of communicating things that makes difference. They give feedback, plus they appraise them for the achievement they have mentioned while they were going for appraisals. So that is how hand in hand they handle the situation. So people who do not make to the promotion, it is required to actually handle this case properly, maybe through other things like supervisors, one-to-one interaction with the employee, or maybe how he can achieve better to get promoted and all. So these kind of things actually are important. We have another question, that is, how do we communicate about the possibility of a layoff without creating a fear factor for an employee? Because nowadays it has become a very difficult thing to handle, especially companies with more transparency policy. Yeah, that is very important. And that's very true, that how to communicate about the possibility of a layoff without creating a fear factor for an employee. See, it's better to see, there should be a well-documented kind of thing, like we have a well-documented policy that you achieve this, your targets are well-defined, your functional areas are well-defined, how you are going to go about it is well-defined, and then you have a proper appraisal system. It should be there in place. Based on that, your ratings or your competencies are rated, and you have a score in the end. Now, if a layoff is to happen in the company, then it's not to just tell that this list will go out by this time and you will be thrown out of the company. That automatically, by the time the list will come out, will create a fear or panic in the organization itself. Then how to handle it? Step by step. Your proper appraisal process, your ratings, whether you are meeting the targets or not, your trainings are there, how much you perform in the training, you didn't perform in the training, in the warnings, you are not performing, and even if the warnings do not come, then maybe the layoffs. And the point is that instead of informing it that you will be laid off, a proper process should be followed, so that it should not create panic in the employees, and they should know that there will be a process which will be followed before you laid off from the company. For example, if we talk about Infosys or other companies, they do have a transparent system, whereas they do have this layoff kind of thing. For the trainings, for example, they have this rigorous training session. Every year you are trained, and then you have those tests in which there is a cutoff up to which you are supposed to score. You have one test, you have second test, you have third test, and if you do not perform in the live project itself, then up to a certain mark, suppose say 70%, 80% or whatever is the level, then you are actually out of loop. So in fact, it is important to have a clear picture of what your targets are and where you are supposed to be there. And again, the process. One shot you are down and you are out of the company will definitely make things really bad. It's important to actually provide employees opportunities to work upon the areas, and if they know that if they actually come out working on it in a proper way, that will be huge win for the company itself. So it's important to have a procedural process for the same.